Gypsy Rose Blanchard settles divorce with Ryan Anderson. Gypsy and Ryan's divorce hasn't been signed off by a judge yet, but TMZ is reporting that they reached a settlement.
Aw, what's the matter? Gypsy Rose doesn't want her picture taken? Stop it. No, not Gypsy Rose. Trying to run from the cameras. You know what, sweet cheeks? Maybe they just want to get a picture of you single. Since it's been so long, before you run off and get married to Ken tomorrow, before the ink is even drying your divorce papers, maybe they're all trying to get that shot. But here you are acting surprised like you didn't know they were going to be there.
Gypsy Rose and Ryan's divorce was finalized on December 9th, officially ending their marriage. While the settlement was reached, the judge has not yet signed off on the agreement. Gypsy attended the court hearing, but Ryan was absent, reportedly to save on attorney fees, as his lawyer Jeffrey Carrier explained. Ryan's strategy was to minimize court appearances and avoid unnecessary costs, intending to resolve the matter quickly and quietly. However, the settlement appears not to have gone in Gypsy's favor. Emerging from court, she was visibly distraught, using a green jacket to shield her face from the cameras. This behavior stood in stark contrast to Gypsy's usual penchant for media attention.
Give us a couple of pictures, that's good.
Reporters who had been invited by Gypsy herself became the targets of her ire as she lashed out with curses and angry remarks, berating them for taking photos. The scene was a whirlwind of emotions, and her peculiar reaction immediately raised eyebrows, sparking speculation about what might have transpired inside the courtroom. Before diving into the specifics of the court's rulings, let's focus on the theoretical spectacle that unfolded outside the courthouse. Gypsy and her stepmother, Christy Blanchard, arrived at the Lafourche courthouse in Thibodaux, Louisiana, on a damp, rainy day. With the hurried steps, they dashed inside to avoid the drizzle, creating a rare moment of avoidance from the cameras. This was highly unusual behavior for the pair, given their history of relishing media attention. Observers noted how both Gypsy and Christy went out of their way to shield their faces, a curious move for two individuals who typically enjoy being in the spotlight.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard called TMZ to come take pictures of her, because how else would they know where she was going to be at and when she was pulling up? And she's going to act like she don't want to be on camera with her prosthetic stomach. Y'all, first of all, who puts a belt on while they're pregnant? And you see the way they acted like they didn't want any pictures or videos, like she was a real celebrity. Girl, cut it out. Stop playing with us. Look at this. Look at Christy looking like she ready to throw up them hands, acting like a whole sir. Yo, I cannot. This is too much. This is way too much. I can't be the only person that thinks that she's doing too much. Gypsy, you ain't tired of faking it? You ain't tired? I need you to explain to us if you tired or not. Because we tired of watching you boogie.
When the session concluded, the drama only escalated. Gypsy emerged with her green jacket pulled tightly over her head, seemingly determined to evade any photographic evidence of her distress. Christy played an exaggerated role as a guardian, standing between reporters and Gypsy, often with physical gestures meant to block cameras. Her efforts bordered on theatrical, particularly given the modest number of reporters present. The entire scene bore a resemblance of a parody of high-profile celebrities dodging throngs of paparazzi, yet the situation felt disconnected from Gypsy's reality as a public figure of much lesser renown. This display raised many questions about Gypsy's motives. Historically, she has actively sought out media coverage, going as far as tipping off reporters about her whereabouts to ensure headlines. So, why the sudden change in attitude? Speculation grew that Lifetime TV cameras were filming the court session for an upcoming project. If true, this could mean Gypsy was deliberately crafting a narrative of media victimization to garner public sympathy and enhance her public image.
So aside from the fashion faux pas that happened yesterday at the divorce of Gypsy Rose, Blanchard Anderson, and Ryan Anderson, while I was live, somebody came into my live and said that a majority of people that were in front of that courthouse were actually Lifetime camera people and Lifetime people made to look like fans that were recording her on their phones. This person stated that they work in a local restaurant near the courthouse, and supposedly all of the crew of Lifetime actually stopped for lunch at this restaurant, and she overheard them talking, and she basically figured out on her own that they were camera people filming Gypsy because they were talking. And I guess they did end up calling her to make arrangements to continue filming later in the day. I'm supposing it had to do with also the book thing she did on IG yesterday. It was very short. It was like 8 minutes. But yeah, so supposedly there was 8 people there from Lifetime at the courthouse. And one of them, if you see in the pictures that are going around, one of them had a cell phone. That person was from Lifetime, including, I think it was 2 to 3 other women that were there that were from Lifetime. And then we seen Christy and Christy's mom, and I think Christy's grandma, as well as Rod. A lot of people are saying Rod was photoshopped, but he wasn't. He was actually the one driving, and there's a picture of that as well. And I counted, and the person that Christy Blanchard is telling to F off, as far as the paparazzi goes, is TMZ. And we all know the relationship that Gypsy and the Blanchards have with TMZ. So do with that what you will. But I digress. There was no paparazzi. It was all Lifetime and TMZ. And that's it.
Adding to the intrigue is the conspicuous absence of Gypsy's partner, Chad. As Gypsy is reportedly pregnant and nearing her due date in January, one might expect Chad to be present at such a pivotal moment. However, his absence speaks volumes, hinting at possible discord in their relationship. Observers have noticed that Chad's decision to stay away could signal his desire to distance himself from the increasingly chaotic events surrounding Gypsy's life. Gypsy's pregnancy itself has become a topic of intense speculation. Her appearance at court did not align with typical expectations for someone so close to giving birth. Observers pointed out her unusually small baby bump and her decision to wear a belt over it, and fueled rumors. Many questioned the authenticity of her pregnancy, with some speculating she may be fabricating it entirely. Although these claims remain speculative, they underscore the intense scrutiny Gypsy's actions have attracted, often leaving her credibility in question. Meanwhile, Ryan seems to have adopted a far more strategic approach to the unfolding drama. By skipping the final hearing, he avoided the media circus entirely and let his lawyers handle the proceedings. This decision not only highlights his intent to move forward, but also effectively insulated him from the chaos and spectacle that surrounded Gypsy. The terms of their settlement appear to favor Ryan. The couple agreed to forego spousal support, yet the division of community property remains unresolved. Given that Gypsy filed for divorce, citing infidelity, and was the primary breadwinner, legal experts believe Ryan stands to benefit significantly when their assets are divided. The circumstances surrounding the settlement underscore Ryan's ability to navigate the situation with minimal fallout, while Gypsy's actions have left her facing public criticism.
His lawyer, Jeffrey Carrier, tells TMZ his client skipped the court appearance to save on those pricey attorney fees. Jeffrey explained to us that Ryan and Gypsy had been living apart for 6 months, so they went ahead with a new cause of action and wrapped up with an uncontested divorce. That sped things up, letting them finalize it before the original January 2025 date. He added that before today, they signed the divorce judgment, and Ryan also signed an affidavit confirming the alleged dates. The exes already agreed on no spousal support, but the division of community property is still on the table. It was a quick marriage, but there are some contracts still hanging in the balance. So no spousal support, and they will divide their assets, including contracts for books and shows, and Gypsy agreed to give Ryan their dog pics.
In a statement to People magazine, Gypsy expressed her disappointment over Ryan's absence, stating, "I did extend the offer to have a civil conversation for closure purposes. I'm currently waiting on a response." He waived his right to attend the court date. Despite this, Ryan's actions indicate a firm resolve to leave this chapter of his life behind, showing little interest in rekindling any form of connection with Gypsy. Gypsy's behavior throughout their divorce saga has been marked by erratic and contradictory actions. Her attempts to control the narrative and maintain her relevance in the public eye have largely backfired. In stark contrast, Ryan has managed to emerge from the situation relatively unscathed, further underscoring the disparity in how each party has handled the fallout of their short-lived marriage. As this saga unfolds, one thing is clear. Gypsy's efforts to manipulate public perception are wearing thin. The public's patience for her antics is dwindling, and her credibility continues to erode. What are your thoughts on Gypsy's actions during this divorce? Do you believe Ryan's decision to avoid the spotlight was wise? And what do you make of the ongoing speculation about Gypsy's pregnancy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding story.